Good morning all. We are in unit 1 and we are covering the topic in today's video is address calculation of one dimensional array. Okay. So here we have to now start with the address calculation of one dimensional array. I hope you already know that what is array, but though I start with the introduction of an array. So definition: in computer science, an array is a linear data structure, also commonly referred as an array. Okay, the structure which is linear, commonly called as array, is a collection of an element of same data type. All the elements in an array are of a same data type. Okay, this is very important thing you have to remember here. An array is a linear data structure because the array elements are traversed in sequential manner. The simplest type of linear data structure is one-dimensional array, and the array is organized in a single row consisting of number of predefined data elements. These data elements are stored in contiguous memory location allocated by the operating system. Fine. Let I want to tell you one thing here. The simplest definition of an array when I done for myself. The definition of an array is the array is the linear collection of similar data type. Fine, that's it. Array is a linear collection of similar data type. Okay, so this will be the simplest one definition for all of you. So example, on your screen the image you can see is the array. Okay, array. This is the array, this rectangular block, which always start from the base address 0. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The upper base address we will call it as this is lower base address. Okay, and the size of an array is upper base address plus 1, that is 5. Means this size is, see, this is 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 and 5. But though the size is 5, your upper base address is 4. Why? Because your base address is starting from 0. We called it as a indices, and this is the array size. See, so simple architecture is this. This is the linear and in sequential manner. Sequential how? 1 after 2 hop, second hop, third hop, fourth hop. Likewise, this is the sequential structure. And see, every element you are going to put here in this 0 base address, 1 base address, 2 base address, 3 base address and 4 base address. All are of a same data type. Means if you are storing here integer, so you must have to store all elements further these are integer. If you are storing character, all the elements in the array should be character. So simple. This is another example. See, the size of an array is 10 here. You have to give which kind of data you are going to store here. Integer, character, float. Like you have to specify here the data type. Then array name. What name do you want to give this array? Suppose I want mark. So I give a mark. Integer storing mark name and size. So in this syntactical manner you have to always initialize the array. Like in square bracket you have to give the size of an array. So int is array data type, mark is array name. You can change your choice name here. Integer student of 10, integer government of 10, integer Dhole Patil of 10, integer SPPU of 10, like any. So 10 is what? Array size. Okay, these 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the indexes. So this is the 0 is base index and this is lower index and this is 9 is a upper bound index. Okay, so this is short introduction. This one is another image for introduction. I have put the values here 56, 50, 34. You can put any values. If you initialize this array as an once integer, you can put any values integer. Okay. So these are the base indices and these are the scores. Means if this is the student table or mark. Okay, this is the mark array. That's why I put a mark inside it. Okay. So integer index start at 0 and goes one at a time, means one by one increment is there only in indices. 0 plus 1 is 1, then 1 plus 1 is 2, then 2 plus 1 is 3, then 3 plus 1 is 4, means indices are start from 0 and goes up one at a time. This one word is very important, hence it is called zero base indexing. Okay, this is starting from 0, that's why it is called zero base indexing. With index number we can easily access an element easily. Due to these indices number, if I told you, tell me marks of 3, so you are just telling me answer like 24. So marks of score of 0, marks of 0 56, marks of 1 50, marks of 2 34. Likewise you can access the element very fast. Okay, so there are mainly 3 type of an array. Okay, a single dimensional array, 2 dimensional array, and multi-dimensional array or 3-dimensional array. Okay, so these are the basically very important 3 types of an array. But these 3 type of an array can be implemented by different types, means if you have to initialize array with your programming language, so you can initialize it as a vector, you can initialize it as a matrix, you can initialize like multi-dimensional array, you can initialize the array as a data frame or linked list also. Okay, so using linked list also you can implement the array. You can see this type and this type is the single dimensional array, matrices and data frame are the 2-dimensional array, whereas this last image is a multi-dimensional array. Okay, so linear data structure, depending upon the programming needs, the programmer can choose different types of array. Okay, whatever your need, if your need is like this kind of array, so you can use this kind of array. If your need is rows and columns, so you can implement this matrix type of array. Okay, so depending upon the user or programmer's choice, programmer can choose different types of array, which includes 1, 2 or multi-dimensional array. So these are the 3 important type: 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional and multi-dimensional array. Okay, so let's see 1-dimensional array first. So 1-dimensional array, in 1-dimensional array, how you are going to initialize the array? Like integer, array name is x and size is 7. So base address is starting from 0 and ending with 6. Okay, so this is 1-dimensional array initialization, looks alike. So here x is the name of an array, integer is the data type of an array, and 7 are the total number of array can store inside the array. So these are the array indexes as usual, starting from the 0, that is lower bound, and x of 6 is the upper bound. Okay, element of an array are just I inserted into it. So this is 1-dimensional. See now how the initialization of 2-dimensional array is carrying out. You can see here rating of 0 of 2 or rating of 1 of 3. Okay, so you can see here how 2-dimensional array looks alike. 2-dimensional array, 2D arrays are indexed by 2 subscripts, one for the row and another for the column. For example, always the element kept in first square bracket is for row, and element which is kept second number in square bracket called as column ratings. So how I can tell to this 9 number here, 9 number, what is the name of this array is rating. Okay, rating of 1 of 1 means 1th row and 1th column for 9. How I can say for this 5? For 5, rating of 0th row and 3rd column, 0 of 3. So 0 of 2, 0, 0 of 2, 1 minute. So 0 of 2 is 2, means 0th row and 2nd column, 0th row and 2nd column. See here you can see 2. So this 2. Okay, this 2. I hope you understood. Very simple 2-dimensional array. Now this will like your graph, when you plotted x and y axis, how you are going to plot, like first x section and then y axis. Likewise here you have to write that 0th row, 0th column, that's why 0 of 0. 0th row, 1th column, that is 0 comma 1. 0th row comma 2nd column, that is 0 of 2. 1th row and 0th column, that's why 1 comma 0. Then again 1th row and 1th column, that's why 1 comma 1 here. Whatever the element you are going to store here in this block, yellow color block, it will be having index 1 comma 1. The name of, suppose this array is school. So school of 1 is the address of element which is going to store in this block. Okay. Now these are the column addresses which is also starting from 0 base address, and these are the row indexes which is also starting from the 0 indices. If this element I want to say, like if I store here a 10, so in school at 2 of 2 index, 2 element has been stored. Here I hope that you all understood how the indexing of 2-dimensional array has been done. Indexing is carried out column wise and row wise. Okay, let's move to the difference. What is the difference between 1-dimensional array and 2-dimensional array? So this is the difference on your screen. You can see. First see at the example, third number, how the 1-dimensional arrays look like, sequential and linear. Okay, but how 2-dimensional array looks like a column wise and a row wise, where 2, 3, 4 are the columns and A, B, C are the rows. So 1-dimensional array contains single row and multiple columns, whereas 2-dimensional array contains multiple row and multiple columns. Clear? So 1-dimensional array is simple collection of elements, where 2-dimensional array is of 1-dimensional array. You can see the row A is 1-dimensional array, row B is 1-dimensional array, row C is 1-dimensional array. So this is the collection. 2-dimensional array is collection of 1-dimensional array. You can say like that. So appearance of an array. Let's look. Let's took one tour for 1-dimensional array, 2-dimensional array, and 3-dimensional array. On your screen you can check out. These are the indices. Base address here is 1. Okay. 0 base indexing नहीं है अभी ये. Okay. So this is not 0 base indexing now. So because your base address is starting here from 1, so this is 1, not 0 base addressing. Okay, so your base address is lower bound is here 1 and upper bound is here 6. So array size is not upper bound plus 1 here, because your base address is starting from 1 itself. Okay, so the size of an array here is 6. Whatever the upper bound is there, your size of an array is that. So you can check out this for every 2-dimensional array also and in 3-dimensional array also. Let's start with the main topic of our today's video, that is address calculation. Okay, address calculation. As this is your starting for address calculation, let's start the address calculation of an 1-dimensional array first. See, up till now in this video I just told you what exactly indexes are, what is base address, okay, what is upper bound address is there. Okay, so indexes are different and addresses are different. Okay, so you have to keep remember this while doing this. So let's take an example of an int 5. Okay, start with the 0 base indexing. So upper bound is 4. Okay, now a of I, what is the main aim is here. See, if this is the array of an 5, fine, you can count 1 2 3 4 5. But if this is the array of 500, then what? How you are going to be find out that on the index of a of 200 which element is there? How you are going to calculate? Means if this array is very long, then at a of 200 which element is there or which base address it is having? How you are going to find out? That's why this method is here given in today's video, is address calculation of an array. Okay, Now you can see for any of a of I is what? Index. For any of index, if you want to calculate the index, which index and which element is there on that index, or which base address is having for that particular index, so you can use this formula. A of I is equal to base address plus ith element multiplied by data type size. Data type size is what? Tell me. Data type size is what? Now see, this is base address 200 and this is 202. Means in previous slide what I told you, every time your index is increasing by 1. Okay. But here in this given array, your size of an element is 2 byte. That's why it is increasing by 2. See, 200 plus 2 is 202, 202 plus 2 is 204, 204 plus 2 is 200 plus 206, 206 plus 2 is 208. So your data type size is here what? 2. Okay. Let's find what is the base, what is the address of A of 2. A of 2 is having which address? You know, 204 here by looking at the diagram. A of 2 is having address of 204, but let's find out with the formula. Okay. So A of 2 is equal to base address. What is the base address of your this array? Means see, let's give me a 1 minute. See, here in A of 0 you can find out 2 compartments are there. Means this is 200 and another one is 201. Again in 202 you can find out this is 202 and another one is 203. Then you can find out this is 204 block and this is 205 block. Then this is 206 block and this is 207 block. And so now this is 208 block and this is 209 block likewise. Now here, so are you understood now how the data type size is of a 2? Because in A of 0, here in A of 0 2 byte element is going to be stored. In A of 1 2 byte element is going to be stored. In A of 2 2 byte element is going to be stored. Okay. So that's why data type size is here 2. Now we are finding what is the address of A of 2. So base address, what is base address of your given array is 200 here. Okay. For whole array your base address will be 200. So 200 plus, for which you are going to find base address, for which index? 2. So that's why we have taken index 2 here and the size of per byte is 2. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So 200 plus 4 is 204. Here you can see that A of 2 is having base address 2.4. Means only for A of 2 your base address is 4. But for whole array your base address is 200 here. Okay. So likewise, if for finding any element, any bigger element, you can find out, you can also provided by sometimes such kinds of array which is starting from indexing, not 0 indexing and not 1 indexing. You are starting here from -2 indexing, then -1 indexing, then 0 and then 1. So such kind of array if you are provided, you can always say the base address is 200 here, correct? But for lower bound is you are here -2 and upper bound is here 1. So for finding any address of any of the location inside the array, if your array size is 1000, then location of 800 index if you want to find, you can also use this formula. See, suppose A of 0 we are interested in finding the base address of a of 0. You know from the figure that a of 0 base address is 204, but let's find out with the formula. So a of 0, we want a of 0th index, so base address for whole array is 200 plus what is 0 is here, index, whatever index we are finding, that is 0 minus, okay, here multiplied by is there, and this one is the another formula for finding address of very bigger array, and array which is starting from lower bounds and upper bounds. So 0 index minus what, lower bound index. Lower bound index is what, minus 2. Lower bound index is here, minus 2 index lower bound. So 0 minus minus 2 multiplied by 2. Why 2 is here? Byte size of every cell. See, you will see here that every base address is start and increasing by 2. So every cell is having 2 bytes in it. So that's why. So each cell is having 2 byte size. So that's why these 2 we have taken here. Okay. Fine. So likewise, you know that now why the base address is very important and why the address calculation is very important. So what happen if your array size is 1 2 3 4? So by looking at the image you can find out which is the base address for this. But what happen if your array is having the size of 1000? In this case, what happen if you want to find out a of 800? A of 800. What happened? How you are going to find out what is the base address of this cell, this array cell? How you are going to find out? Okay, so for that address calculation is very important, and I hope you are going to understood what I am trying to teach you. Okay, now move ahead. So this is the array address calculation you can find out. So what happen if you want to count the length of an array? Suppose this is the array. Now I have drawn for all of you. This is the array. Now what is the size of an array? So you have to just find out what is upper bound, what is lower bound, plus 1 you have to do here. Means upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. If you done this, you can find out the size of an array. So let's take an example of this array. Suppose this array is here and indexes are given you. Okay, so upper bound is what? 9, and lower bound is what? Your 0, base indexing starting from 0, that's why your lower bound is 0 here, plus 1. So 9 minus 0 plus 1, if you have done, you will get 10. So 10 is nothing but the size of your array. So this is how you can calculate the length of an array. This formula is very important. So remember, upper bound minus lower bound plus 1. Move ahead. So this is another array, and now you can see here this is the array and just increasing. You can find out this is the 0 base indexing. The index of this is a of 0. Then you just start. Move ahead. Okay. So, and this is the integer a of 5, and each address is having how much? 4 byte. Okay, 4 means 4 cell are the one cell of an array, and again next to 4 1 2 3 4 cell are of a of 1, and then next to 4 cell are a of 2, again then next to 4 cell are a of 3. Likewise, means every cell of your array is having 4 byte, means integer. Okay, every cell of an array is having 4 byte. You can see a of 0 is still you can see this is the array 1 2 3 4, this is 1 1 2 3 4, this is a of 1, then 1 2 3 and 4, this is a of 2. So likewise this will be your array. And now suppose your base address is given. Base address is, suppose this is given, 200. Suppose this line, this standing line is of a 200, then this is 201, 202, 203, 204. Means your A of 0 is ending here, your A of 0 is ending here. So this is one cell of array only, then this is second cell of an array, and from this is third cell of an array. Are you getting what I am trying to tell you? Means in each cell of an array 4 byte of data item you can store there. So base address is 0. Move ahead. So how then you are going to calculate the length for this? Okay, suppose this array, in previous slide I have just taken A of 5. Suppose if this is A of 50, then what is the address, base address of A of 36? How you will going to be calculate then A of 36 base address? If you know the base address is 200 here and the word size is 4. Word size is 4 means W is 4 here. What is? W is 4. 4 is why? 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is 0 is ended here. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. A of 1 is ended here. Then A of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. A of 2 is ended here. This is A of 2. Likewise, up to A of 50 your array is going. Okay. And you have to find out suppose size of A of 36. So in this case W is your 4. Why 4? Because 1, 2, 3, 4. Each cell of array is carrying 4 byte with it. That's why, okay, W is 4. Move ahead. So how you are going to calculate then? Okay, fine. Let's leave A of 36 is so long number. Here you have provided with up to A of 1 only. So you just find out A of 4 base address. Okay, let's find out A of 4 base address. So this is the array. Okay, you can check out here. I just drawn. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here 2 is finished here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 is going to be finished, then 4, 5. So now fourth base address means fourth index base address we have to find here, fourth index base address. So how you would go find out? So base address, what is the base address? 200, that is given. Okay, base address is 200, then 4 is word size you have taken, then for which index you have to find base address is k, that is for A of 3 you are finding. So 3 is k and minus lower bound is starting from 0 base indexing. What? 0 is given here, you can see 0 is given here. Yes, so likewise you have to use the formula 200 plus 4 in bracket 3 minus 0, so 212. So 212 is the base address 212 from which your fourth element is going to be start. Okay, fine. So this is so simple address calculation for all of you. Move ahead. Let's take an example. This is the example which is solved by me on my notebook paper. So single dimensional array, if suppose you are provided, this is the single dimensional array. Just give me a minute. See, suppose this is the array I have taken for all of you. So this is the array of A of 10. And the upper bound is here 9 and lower bound is 0. And suppose what is the length of an array? First we have to count what is the length of an array. So length of an array you can find out upper bound minus lower bound plus 1 if you have done. So upper bound is 9 here and lower bound is 0 here. So 9 minus 0 plus 1 if you have done, you can get the 10, means the size of your array is 10. So correct, we will get the size correct. So this is what about the length of an array. Now if A of 5 integer, I have drawn the array. Suppose this is the A of 5 array, you can see this is the 0th cell and then this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 1th cell, then 1, 2, 3, 4, this is the second cell, then this is the third cell, this is also is with the fourth part, and this is also with the fourth part. So now likewise, if I have consider this array for all of you, now if the base address is 200, 0 index is end with the 204 base address. 204 is here. So here 0 cell is ending, then 208 one cell is ending, then 212 second cell is ending, 216 third cell is ending, and then 220 which cell is ending? Fourth cell is ending. Fine. Now base address is 200, and how many word per size is here? 4 word per size is here, means 4 is equal to W. So for whole array 200 is the base address here. So W is equal to 4 word per memory cell. Now if A of 50, then find out A of 36. Let's leave 36. Let's I prove here A of 3 for all of you. Now A of 3 base address is 200, word per size is 4, and K is what? We are finding A of 3, that's why K means K here, this K, and we have taken here K3, so that's why 3 minus base lower bound index. So this is A of 3 is 212. Okay, 212. See here, this is whole array is ending at 212. This is 212. Okay. Now this is another example. I just want to show you that find the address of an element A of an I. If this is the formula for all of you, where B is the base address, L is the lower bound, W is the word per size, and I is the current position. So if size of an array, you have to count like upper bound minus lower bound plus 1, you can get the size of an array. If now see the example, what saying, your base index is starting from minus 15, then minus 14, minus 13, like 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 64. So likewise, your array will be like this, means your index is A of minus 15 here, and then again here is 0, then again here is 64th index likewise. Okay, so how many number of elements are there in total array? So in total array, how many elements are there which index when starting from minus 15 to 64? How many total elements are there? Second question is total memory size. If total memory size, here you have given each cell is having 2 bytes in it, means 1 byte and 2 byte. This is the minus 15 address, and for 0th index again there are 2 bytes, means W is 2 given here. Okay, so let's start to solving this example, and the base address you have provided with the 459, W is given, and this lower bound and this upper bound is given. Let's start to solve the example. Let's find out first the size of an array. Upper bound is 64 and lower bound is minus 51. So total 80 elements are there into the array. So total memory size, each word is given 2. So 80 total compartments are there in your array. 80 memory blocks, 1 unit memory block. So 80 multiplied by 2, 160 byte total size has been taken by the array. Then C of A of 10th we have to find, means at 10th index which base address is there we have to find. So let's use our regular formula. Base address is given in itself, the example, that is 459 base address is given. So 459 plus 10 minus lower bound multiplied by word per size. So 509 is the starting base address for the index A of 10. So this one is the total address calculation for all of you. This one is the another example, that for any business, if in 1932 this will be the all transaction in 1933, so up to 1965. Suppose this is the histogram. Okay, this is the histogram. How you are going to calculate in 1965? In 1965, how much is your earning? Likewise, you can also solve the example by using this formula. So this example is the real life example of an address calculation, that using the histogram or any business history in 1932 what happened, in 1933 what happened. So what exactly happened in 1965 we are to find here. You can find out. Here is the question mark, and we start with the base address, because base address is given here 200, plus word per size is given 4, W is given here 4. So using that, upper bound is 1965 minus 1932 we have done here. So total 33 elements are there. So 332 is the starting index, base index of this 1965. So this is one very another good example of the real life application of an address calculation. Thank you for watching the video.